Welcome back to Movies TV Man. Of course, you can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Man, and welcome to Friday's edition of the MUFC Daily. So it looks like Ralf Rangnick, or however you say his name, we'll just call him Ralf. We're mates now. He's going to be our manager, our temporary manager, but between you and me, I think he's here for good as manager. He's just going to be doing everything. Anyway, it looks like Ralf Rangnick will be announced today, not only by his club for leaving, but from Manchester United. There could also be an add-on to this that he can't officially lead the team until Monday at training because of, obviously, he needs to get his work permits and visas sorted out. But they may be able to do it. But no need to rush for Sunday. He's going to be there. He may give Carrick some advice. And I think if Carrick wants to keep his job, he's going to have to listen to him. So Ralph's at the wheel now, which is very, very exciting. But what does Ralph's appointment as Manchester United interim manager mean for the players? I mean, I've been doing a lot of research about him, and it's very interesting. I mean, he's a hard taskmaster, and you know, these players just haven't been worked hard enough. These players have terrible attitude. Yeah, I'm not sticking up for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mourinho, LVG or Moyes. No way. What I'm saying is, though, these players have not been coached properly for a very long time. These players may have not been coached properly since Sir Alex Ferguson left. Now, most of these players weren't even there at the club when Sir Alex Ferguson was there. That's part of the problem. So the coaches that have come in have got some interesting ideas on how you coach teams. But Ralf is a very, very different breed. We have got a lot of good German coaches now. We've got a lot of German coaches, great German coaches coming out of Germany as well. Germany have always had some of the best coaches in world football and in European football. It's the discipline. It's the focus to attention. And I don't want to stereotype German people, but they are very, very relentless, ruthless, committed people. And that's exactly what you need at a football club, especially an elite football club like Manchester United. But the Manchester United players are just not ready for this. This guy is really going to crack the whip. I think some will quit. This is going to be like a boot camp for them. This is going to be like nothing they've ever experienced before. You know, the hard press, as he does, and he doesn't just say the hard press slightly, he's committed to the hard press. It's something he says you have to do all the time. So this is very, very tiring for footballers. They just don't have the fitness right now to do it. This is not actually a big deal. Fitness can be given to players. Teaching players the hard press, players who don't know it, you know, these are things that can be taught, and fitness can be brought in, and Ralf will bring that in. He's also bringing his assistant in as well. So I don't know what all these existing coaches are going to be doing at United, because apparently they're going to stay. I think they may stay till the end of the season. I can't see a role for them at the club. I'm sorry. You could chuck them at the reserves. I don't know what you can do with them, but I'm sorry. There's no place for them. You know, they'll probably stay till the end of the season. Ralf hasn't got the official power he's going to have at the end of the season when he's got this 2 years consultant kind of job. Basically, he gets to be involved in the huge footballing decisions. So this is very, very huge. They went and got the top man. Of course, he may remain as the manager. He may not want to be the manager after the end of this season. He may want to bring someone else in. It's interesting though, because things are going to change for Manchester United. And I'm not just talking about on a temporary basis as long as Ralph's at the club. The culture that Ralph's going to bring in will change Manchester United forever. You bring in someone like Ralf, you bring in another disciplinarian who wants to bring in kind of these structures that he's learned from Germany. You know, and then you go down this road all the time, and the club's more disciplined on the footballing side, and we're more successful. And I think this is a great attitude. You see Klopp at Liverpool. You see what's going on at Chelsea as well. That mentality works so well. I'm not saying everyone needs to get a German manager now. I'm just saying, you know, if you look at what Ralph's done, he's responsible for the Chelsea manager even being a manager. He inspired Klopp. Klopp loves him to bits. He calls him the Godfather. So although this guy hasn't won multiple Champions Leagues, I don't think he's won any, by the way. He's won a couple of cups or whatever he's won. But it's not about his trophy pedigree. Jose Mourinho has won multiple trophies. He won a couple of little trophies at Manchester United. He wasn't able to bring the success that we are hungry for. But we can't hunger and expect immediate success anymore. This way, we get a new culture into the club. And it may take 2 or 3, 5 years to actually win the league and the European Cup. We need to be patient, and I know patience isn't a thing in football, and I know it's a result-based industry. Don't get me wrong, I'm not naive there, I'm not deluded. But we have to go fully in with what Ralf is doing. I really do believe that. I think we need to believe in this manager. We need to let him do his thing. We've also heard some clubs have broke up with Ralf because they can't fully commit to the changes he wants. So now that can be a red flag if you want. Hopefully United allow him to do this, but he's going to change the culture of our club, and that's going to be difficult, and that's going to hurt. Now they're going to have to be really committed to not firing him after a few months or a few weeks when a player complains or the fans complain. This is something that's going to take time. Now, we're all celebrating it in the Manchester United community, mostly apart from a few know-nothings and fools, but patience is needed. He isn't going to change the culture of this club overnight. So we need to sit back and be patient. I hope initial results get better, but there's no guarantee in that, because the way he plays is, if our players don't get hold of that very quickly, then we will suffer initially, but maybe we'll be quite defensive and not as easy to beat, because we've been very, very easy to beat. Don't make any mistakes about, winning the other day against Villarreal. Villarreal, this is not the greatest Villarreal side out there, so we shouldn't be too, bragging about it and expect to beat Chelsea on Sunday. Who knows? Disappointment could be the knock-on effect that we need. And now we can relax. If we do beat Chelsea, I don't see how we do, but let's see if we do. If we do beat Chelsea, it's good for Ralf, it's good for the club, it's good for the fans. If we actually defeated Chelsea and there was no one here and it was just Michael Carrick, then the fear would be that Carrick would be at the wheel and Carrick would get the interim role, then the manager's job. We don't want that. So that scared me. I always want United to win, but him winning games was scaring me, and I'm glad that they've only literally given him one game, and I think we're going to get Ralf announced today, so I'm very, very happy about that. I did not want an amateur like Carrick running this team or this club. He hasn't earned the right to be a Manchester United manager. All these coaches need to go off. They've learnt a lot. I don't know who from, but they must have learnt something about being coaches. They need to go off, get individual managers' jobs, do internships somewhere else, but not at Manchester United. That's the thing that we always said about Ollie. No manager gets to learn as he's doing his job at Manchester United. I'm sorry. That just is not something I can accept. We were failing. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should never have been anywhere near Manchester United. He's not anywhere near us anymore. He's a great lad. He was a great player. And that's it. Being a player for Manchester United shouldn't earn you the right to be any type of coach at the club, including manager or a coach beneath the manager. So that's why I think all these coaches need to go, because you haven't earned the right. You haven't done anything to tell me you're a great coach. So that's the thing with that. So for me and many of us, this is a very significant, exciting appointment. But you will and I will need to be patient, because this club is in such a shitty situation, and it's going to take Ralf a very long time to bring in his new philosophy. It's not an easy thing, is it? It's not an easy thing to do. So I know fans expect miracles. They hear a manager's name, really good manager, good reputation. Why isn't he winning games? What's going on if he's so good? Let's be patient. Let's use our noddle. Let's be intelligent and realise that Manchester United needs a lot of fixing, and be happy that this guy's come in and he's going to be with us for another couple of years. And hopefully he stays with us for the rest of his footballing kind of career as well. I don't know what's going to happen. And do I think that someone like Ragnick is going to say, I want Poch as the manager next season? No, I don't think so. I don't think that's the person he's going to pick. Maybe he will. There'll be other people. The Ajax manager, I think, is someone who's interested in the Manchester United job, and I think it's someone Ralf would be more suited to working with. And I think, when you do get these, because I think what we'll have is that John is the director of football, but I think what will happen at the end of the season, unless he remains as manager, I think Ralf will be our sporting director. And I think so basically you can have a director of football who's underneath the sporting director, and then there's a kind of thing going on there, isn't there? There's kind of this superior and underling thing going on, and there's communication going on there as well. You've got a direct Manchester United employee in John Murtagh, who's done a fabulous job as far as I'm concerned, especially bringing in Ralf in the first place. But if Ralf's the sporting director, you've got a man at the top, you've got another man just underneath him, and then you've got the manager, and everyone's working together. This is the Manchester United of the future, and I couldn't be more excited about it. This has been the MUFC Daily. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Like, share, comment down below. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss this perfection. And I'll see you again tomorrow with even more MUFC Daily. Until then, goodbye. By the way, I did tell you Thursday would be the day, didn't I? Didn't I? See you tomorrow.